Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friend, not your typical Negro. And you know that I was going to have something to say about this. What am I talking about? Well, Bishop Eddie Long released a statement via YouTube today where he was addressing an issue where this investment company called City Capital that he brought in, or that was brought into the church in order to do financial empowerment seminars, apparently about $1 million of money. Parishioners lost about $1 million worth of their investment. So Bishop Long puts out this YouTube video, and the comments on the video have been they're not allowing comments on the video, so I'm going to do a commentary. We're going to walk through this. This is about a 2-minute long video, and I'm going to walk through it and comment on it. The reason I'm doing this, ladies and gentlemen, is because and I hope Bishop Long is watching this, but this is well, I'm just going to point out the problems as I go along, and I'm not doing this as to in terms of trying to pick at Bishop Long or find something wrong, but there's some really serious problems with this video and the things that he says that I really don't think that he gets it. And also whoever his PR person is, or whoever suggested that he do this, or whoever carried this out, that person or that company should be fired. And he's saying, well, not your typical Negro. How do you? Well, ladies and gentlemen, my education and training is in journalism and public relations, and I worked in journalism and public relations. I do know a little bit about something, but even if I didn't have that education and training, there's some common sense things in here that are just wrong. But anyway, let's take a look at this video. So I'm gonna start it off here.
Hello, I'm Bishop Long, and I just want to come to you for a few moments to let you know about a situation that
First of all, his hair ain't right, and his tie is not tied properly. But you know, that's a small matter. Moving on.
have, and one that touches my heart deeply, and one that I am working along with my parishioners and my leaders to resolve. A couple of years ago, about a year ago, we had a financial seminar here at the church, and we do many financial seminars and other people that we bring into the congregation to help empower the congregation, help empower the community. We've been known for bringing major speakers from around the world.
Okay, I want to start right here, and as you listen to this, you'll notice that it seems very rushed and scattered. His statements are not clear and flowing. But then he says something about how they bring in these people with these financial to do financial empowerment, to make people better citizens and all that. And really, we know that the purpose of these financial seminars is to help people make money so that they can increase their tithe and giving to the church. That's really what it's all about. So if we want to just keep it real. Anyway, moving on.
For empowerment, to strengthen, so there'll be a better quality of life. And we have more productive
for the church,
citizens,
for the
people who
pastor.
can help others. So with all that, we had City Capital come in, Mr. Ephraim Taylor, who came in and ran a wonderful seminar for us.
It wasn't too wonderful because well, anyway.
But at the same time, we found out later that some of our members had made some investments in IRAs, retirement accounts, through his business, and through that, collectively, about $1 million has been not returned. The investment has gone sour, and I'm making an appeal.
Okay, let's stop right there. He said $1 million was, he used a curious statement, not returned, and then he talks about IRAs and other. Well, he doesn't appear to be very informed about investments in general, because if you lose money in an IRA or legitimate investment like an IRA or a retirement account, you lose the money. The firm that you invest the money with, they don't return your money because you lose money on a legitimate investment. So I don't understand what he's talking about. He doesn't seem to understand what he's talking about.
Because once they shared with me the hardship, once they shared with me what's going on with their families, and I am a pastor. I have compassion for people my whole life.
Okay, now I'm going to deal with this statement he just made about him being a pastor and having such compassion at the end of his comment or his statement. I'm going to deal with that.
Faith is dedicated to helping people establish a legacy for them to pass on to their children's children. I have made appeals to Mr. Taylor. I've made appeals to City Capitol.
Made appeals? What exactly does that mean? How about making a demand? Did you make a demand? Or what's an appeal? What exactly does that mean? What is the nature of these appeals? Do you have any evidence of this? Is this posted on your website? What is he talking about appeals?
And I'm asking you to join with me to make an appeal to Ephraim Taylor.
When he says he's asking you, who is you? Or rather, who are we? Who is he speaking to? Why is this being directed at the general public? Who exactly is the target audience? And this is a failure of the public relations representative team in not identifying and targeting this message to the target audience. How is the general public in a position to help in this situation? Make an appeal? What exactly do you want us to do? Anyway.
And City Capitol, that they would return as soon as possible the funds, and with interest preferably, to those who have invested in good faith, who've invested because of their love of God, invested because of their love of family. And
no, they invested because they trusted you, Bishop Long, that you were bringing in some legitimate people. Anyway, we'll get to that.
We're standing with them. We're praying for them. But I want to let you know, New Birth received, nor myself, any financial blessing or gift from Ephraim Taylor or City Capitol. It was strictly done to help members,
I hope it doesn't come out in court
to grow and to have a life.
To be otherwise.
But at this moment, we're joining together as a community to bring answers, to bring resolve, and to come out forward. That you would join me and help it.
Oh, and let me say one other thing. There's another situation. I just remember Bishop Long. He's making this statement regarding this one company, but Bishop Long is also involved in another situation with a company called Matrix Capital. There's a mortgage company called Matrix Capital, which is responsible, somehow involved in this investigation by the FBI and the Secret Service, where a whole bunch of parishioners lost their homes. And Bishop Long hasn't made a YouTube video about that. He hasn't said anything about that situation. What's the deal with Matrix Capital, Eddie Long? And what's this guy's name? This guy's name is Fred Lee. I think that's his name. What's the deal, Bishop Long? How come you haven't said anything about this situation? People have lost money, lost their homes, and lost money in this situation too. Anyway, let me go ahead and finish this thing up.
Me get their funds back and making an appeal to Ephraim Taylor as I'm making it now. Please do what's right. You're a great fellow. You're a great man.
Okay, now he's asking the man to do right, but then he turns right back around and tells him that he's a great man. If this person allegedly stole or has not returned $1 million of your parishioners' money, how can you turn back around and call him a great man? Does that make any sense, ladies and gentlemen?
You do great things. Let's settle.
He does great things, like ripping your people off. See what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen? This doesn't make any sense. This wasn't thought through. This is pitiful.
So these families can move on. God bless you, and thank you for this time.
Now I want to stop right here and make a couple of points. Two big issues here. I want to talk about moral authority and what a real pastor would do. For Bishop Long to get on camera and make this appeal or do whatever he was doing, we've already talked about, I've already pointed out how it's a failure public relations wise and visibly, that this is the total hot mess. But in order to even make some kind of appeal or to try to engage the public, to get the public on your side in this matter, you would have to have some kind of moral authority. You'd have to say, to be a person who can stand up with integrity to say, this is wrong, you've done my people wrong, you've done wrong, and whatever this company is, you need to give these parishioners this money back. But Bishop Long seems to have forgotten that he's involved in a incredible scandal of monumental proportions, a sexual scandal that he hasn't adequately addressed publicly. He has no moral authority, no moral standing whatsoever to be doing this. The other issue is a real pastor would give his congregation, say, take responsibility, first of all. Say, you know what? My bad. I brought these people in here as the shepherd, as the person who is charged with guarding God's flock. I let these people in here. I didn't do due diligence. I'm going to pay you your $1 million back. I'm going to sell my Maybach and my condo downtown, and sell some of this jewelry, and I'm going to give you this money back. I'm going to take the hit back, and we'll get our money back eventually from this company. But y'all go ahead and take this now. The pastor or Eddie Long has the ability to make his congregation, make his people whole right away. I think that this is in general, that this is cowardly. This is an attempt to shirk responsibility, and Bishop Long ought to be ashamed of himself. And if I were a member of that church, and this was, I would be ashamed to call this man my pastor. Anyway, I better go before I say some stuff I shouldn't say. Take care. God bless.